It was in the news, I saw it in the news. What are the odds that you saw it too? What are the odds? What are the odds? Hey, Tony P, what are the odds?
What are the odds indeed? That seems to be the question of the day, as it is every week. It's the same song. I love it to death. It's half the reason I do the show, because I have my own song. You know, how many of you have your own song where they say your name and like, hey, what's going on? It blows me away every time. So thank you, Greg Klima. You can find him at klima.com, K-L-Y-M-A. And at this point now, I should get to the odds. This is Tony P. Oddcast. It's a show about weird and wacky news from around the world. I usually do one story a day. Sometimes I tell a little fun story about myself. I don't know if I have anything fun. What did I do? We talked about 4th of July. I don't know what I did, man. I don't know. I just don't know. But I did have 2 stories I was going to pick from, and I wanted to talk about one. And so I was like, I'll just briefly go over the other one. So did you see this one? This isn't the story. This is the pre-story story. There was a dude in Chile, where they paid him 300 times his salary. So apparently this dude made under the national average. He didn't get paid a lot of money. 1 month, they accidentally paid him 300 times his salary. And he said, hey, y'all paid me a little extra. I'll pay it back. And they're like, all right, yeah, hey, go to the bank tomorrow and just get us a check and bring us the check. I mean, that seems fair enough, right? Wrong. Dude just bounced. Literally, like, clocked out for the day. And was like, all right, that's it. We ain't doing this again. And they tried to reach him. He didn't answer his phone. And I think the last they heard was from his attorney. And the guy said, hey, yeah, he ain't returning the money. So deal with it. That was the whole story. That's why I didn't pick it. Because I was like, man, that's quick. And there's really no jokes. Because, really, I would ask you, what would you do? And I thought long and hard about it for all of 30 seconds and was like, tell you what, before I put my answer on the air, I did a little math. I already ran the numbers. So say you make $50,000 a year, right? After taxes, that's about $3,000 a month. So if you make $50,000 a year, after taxes, $3,000 a month. 300 times that, $900,000. Imagine that's almost $1 million. That's almost $1 million. So, everybody has a price. Apparently my price is 300 times because I'd do the same thing. I'd be gone. I could live on that forever, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, I wouldn't be balling out, but I would survive. So, yeah, I would be gone. What would you do? Let me know. You can find me, Tony P. Henderson, at Twitter. Is that what yeah, it is Tony P. Henderson. I don't check my Twitter that often. You can go to TonyPHenderson.com. There's all my socials are on there. If there's somebody who would return it, I want to know. And I need to believe it. Don't just be like, yes, I would return it. No. I need to know. I need some math or some situations. Like, really? Would you? If it's not like you stole it. You know what I mean? It's not like you went out of your way to break the law. They gave it to you, And yeah, they made a mistake, and people make mistakes, and mistakes happen. But yeah, no, I'm with Chilean dude on that one. All right, so this week's story, Baxter. We're talking about Baxter this week. Baxter is a kangaroo, and he is safe after he spent a day running loose in East Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I've been in Louisiana, driven through it a few times, been in New Orleans a couple times. Can't imagine just seeing a kangaroo just chilling. However, law enforcement says the marsupial will need to find a new home. Officials with East Baton Rouge Animal Control told the news that Baxter's owners, who previously owned a zoo and now operate a nonprofit, will have to give him up, since apparently it's illegal to keep a kangaroo as a pet in the parish. It's one of them weird states that have parishes. It's kind of like counties, but some places have parishes for one reason or another. I don't know. If you know Robert Parish, I know Robert Parish from the Celtics. That's all I really know about parishes. If you know the difference, let me know. Find me, Tony P. Henderson. I just need some help. Y'all. Anyway, exotic animals, pets, you can't have any that are what? Exotic animals, pets, you can't have any that are non-native to the United States. The hell wrote that sentence? Any animal not native to the United States, anything venomous, you cannot have in East Baton Rouge Parish. Director of the Animal Control. That makes sense. Unfortunately, there's a lot of diseases and weird things that come with animals that don't live in your country. Same with plants, same with fruit. That's why you can't just bring fruit and animals across the borders. There are exceptions to the ordinance, including educational purposes, zoos, and circuses. Well, circuses shouldn't get an exception, but I do appreciate educational purposes, and I guess zoos, as they're mainly educational. And the zoos normally have, veterinary staff and people that know what they're doing, allegedly. Circuses, I don't know. But, some couple on the corner, they don't know how to take care of a kangaroo. The owners have a week to find Baxter a new home, or they face fines. We can charge them, we can give them a misdemeanor sum, or we can get them a temporary restraining order and take the route through the court system. Yeah, I was getting serious. Damn kangaroo. I wonder if you just fine them. All right, so you just pay a fine and you can keep your kangaroo? Baxter's owners tell the news that they've been trying to get a permit and will continue to do so they can keep Baxter. I don't care about none of that. Let's get to the fun stuff. People who spotted the Joey hopping along highways in Zachary said they were in disbelief. I think Joey's a baby kangaroo. I don't know if they're just trying to be cute there or if it's a baby. We saw it and we were very shocked, according to Braden Nelson. Braden and Ethan Nelson were driving down Port Hudson Pride Road late on a Wednesday when they noticed something race by in a drainage ditch. I quote, he said there's a kangaroo on the side of the road. I was like, what are you talking about? All right, so I bet you a lot of money, times 300, that when the guy said, hey man, there's a kangaroo on the side of the road, the next thing out of his brother's mouth was not, what are you talking about? I'm sure it was some expletives and what the, huh? Man, get out of here. But in fact, there was a kangaroo. The brothers say their first thought it was blah, 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 blah. Their brothers say that they first thought it was a dog until they only realized it had 2 legs. Or if it was a dog hopping around, I've seen that. He was going fast, just hopping in the ditch. He was gone within 30 seconds. Well, where did the kangaroo come from? Not too far from where they spotted him. I wouldn't know what to do. All right, man, I know I've made jokes, if not on this show, on my Facebook and my personal life, about white people that just touch animals they shouldn't be touching. Sharks, gators. A friend of mine got bit by a bat because she was touching the bat. Why would you do that? Even she was like, yeah, that's kind of a us thing. So I've made that joke 101 times. I'll make it 101 more. With that being said, there's a kangaroo on the side of the road. I would be thinking about it. Now, to be fair, if you don't know, just by listening to me, I'm actually half white. So is that the half that was thinking about touching the kangaroo? Because I would kind of want to go touch the kangaroo. How often do you see a kangaroo on the side of the road? Granted, they do have, I don't know, weird kangaroo diseases, I would imagine. Their pouches are kind of gross. It's not like in the cartoons. It's just like an opening into their body. And they will kick you and punch you in the face. So that's 3 good reasons not to go touch the kangaroo. With all that being said, So what happened? Why is there a kangaroo running down the highway? Well, Baxter lives, that's the kangaroo, by the way, Baxter, lives with more than a dozen parrots. And these parrots are being taken care of by the owners of a nonprofit specializing in releasing wild birds back into their natural habitats. All right, that's cool. Well, the owners say Baxter has a bird brother that he lives with, and his bird brother is named Thor. And Thor the bird recently figured out how to open the door to the enclosure. There's a question here in the article that says, what was Thor's response to the allegations? And I quote from this news source, birds don't talk. Were you expecting a response? Like a squawk, at least? I don't know. I think the birds can talk. I think that bird chose not to talk. And good on Thor. Mind your business. Don't worry about him and his kangaroo brother. They're trying to get out of there. Baxter was spotted by law enforcement hours after Thor released him. An East Baton Rouge sheriff's deputy was able to draw him close with peanut butter. And then the owners picked him up. Well, they didn't shoot him. That's good. It's more than I can say for most. His owners are beyond thankful that Baxter is safe. They went into a panic as soon as they realized he was missing. Everyone else was still in shock over what they saw. I slowed down. There was no one else on the road, and we just watched it for a little while, according to Braden. Again, Braden, I got to give him credit. I can't make fun of that guy. I would have, maybe he was debating it too. Maybe they were just sitting there, slowed down, no one else on the road, having that moment I would have had of, I know damn well I shouldn't go touch this kangaroo. This might be it. This might be where my life ends if I leave this car and try to go touch a random ass kangaroo in the middle of Louisiana. Nothing about that sounds good, but I kind of want to do it. And that would go on my head for, that'd be 10 minutes of repeating that thought. No good can come out of this. What's the best that can happen? I touch a kangaroo. What's the worst that can happen? I get kicked to death. Yeah, well, you know. But anyway, you can buy a kangaroo from a breeder in Louisiana, but the wildlife and fisheries say it's illegal to keep it as a pet. I have no idea why they would sell them. Can't keep it as a pet. I don't know. These wild animals, these wild animals, it's too much. You get into that Joe Exotic territory. But at the end of the day, I'm glad the kangaroo was okay. So apparently this is an episode with questions to the audience, because I still don't know. Again, might get kicked in the face, but I could say I touched a kangaroo.